I've read stories where the amount of stamp duty registration is not honored by relevant authorities at the time of the transfer of title as the present market value. Seems to be more than signed at the time of the actual. Okay, I think what they're saying is they're talking about reassessments.
Yeah.
I've seen reassessments. They're more rare these days. I think there was a couple years there, especially around the pandemic, that it was all the rage, I guess, for reassessments. It was a peak.
And I have a theory on that as well.
Okay.
Around that time, a lot of people were forming companies, so they could pay 5% stamp duty instead of 8% stamp duty. And we saw a lot of people getting reassessed, and every time we looked at one of those, it was somebody who had formed a company to buy a piece of property, and they only paid 5%. And it's really weird, if you did the math, the amount they were reassessed was exactly what they would have paid on the original price had they paid 8%.
Plus they had the cost of setting up that company, that structure, and everything else. But that's besides the point. That's interesting, Al. I think if I could put this question in my own words here, I think what we're talking about is you purchase a property, you make a certain declaration as to what you paid, and then when that's being processed by the land registry, well, they don't agree with you. They think you paid less than the market value or what have you. What I always tell clients, that if you did get a great deal, if you know you bought it below market, maybe because of the condition of the property, maybe because of other factors in the neighborhood, you should document that. Collect evidence of that current status of why you paid less than the market value, so you can substantiate that that is the actual arm's length value that's been freely negotiated and legitimate. That's what it's worth. I have seen that done, and I have seen those prices honored, and that's usually when that price is call it a fire sale, when it obviously, you know, first glance looks like you paid too little for it or well below market value, and that has worked. I think it's important to provide call it supporting documentation along with the land transfer.
And they provide it with the land transfer?
Yes. Now, you know, whether that's going to be honored, there's no guarantees there.
Right.
But certainly the valuation section of the lands department, which is making that assessment, whether or not it's accepting the stated value for stamp duty purposes or making a reassessment, if you're providing them with supporting information as part of the packet, the submission packet, it can only help. So, and I'm seeing that less and less these days.